December 2nd, 2024 License Committee meeting to order. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Here.
Crumpets,
Here.
Balakir,
Here.
Goff, Piniac Costello. Here.
And we have a quorum. Is anybody either on Zoom or in the audience, audio or videotaping any portion of this meeting? If so, please state your name and your reason for doing so.
Anybody here recording the meeting? No, no one is recording the meeting. Councilor.
All right, we'll jump right in. Item number 1, an application for a home occupation license for the purpose of baking bread and cookies and then delivering them to customers located at 21 Emerson Street. The applicant is Francesca Santana, located at 21 Emerson Street, Unit 2, Chicopee, Mass. 01013. Is the applicant present tonight?
Come on up. Just sit in front of
And please state your name and address and what you want to do with
and
us
just
this evening.
make sure you're close to the microphone so we can
Alright.
pick you up, please. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Francesca Santana. I live at 21 Emerson Street in Chicopee, and I am applying to.
It should be on, yeah.
There's a green light.
Yeah.
Hi.
I mean, Shane could hear us, so I don't. not
I
sure-
can hear her very clearly.
Okay.
Should I say it all over again or?
Sure. Why not? One more
Okay.
time.
All right. My name is Francesca Santana. I am located at 21 Emerson Street in Chicopee, and I'm applying for the purpose of baking and selling sourdough bread and cookies. My application said I will be delivering, but I will not be delivering. I will be giving them, I would come outside of my home and the person would pick up and I would just hand it directly to them.
Okay, is there anyone here for public input on item number 1?
Anyone here for public input on this item, this applicant? No, no one is here for public input. Councilor Brooks.
So can I have a motion to close public input on item number 1, please?
Is there also anyone on Zoom here for public input on this item? Anyone on Zoom? No, I'll make a motion to close public input then.
Motion made and seconded to close public input. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Balakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
And the motion passes. Are there any questions for the applicant before I read into the record a letter on her behalf from her landlord and then the departmental reports?
Councilor Balakir has a question.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Hopefully these questions are not going to be redundant, but do you have any experience in this line of operation, ma'am, or is this something new that you're trying?
I don't have any experience per se, but growing up, my dad and I used to make a lot of things from scratch. So the only experience I would say is that I've just been doing it for a long time, but I just now perfected my craft and decided that I wanted to share that with my community.
Okay, all right, thank you. Now you had mentioned that people are going to come to your house.
Not inside.
Okay, but is there adequate street parking?
There's street parking on either side, and there's also a parking lot.
Okay, do you think they would come into the driveway or would they come in front of your house?
Either or.
Okay.
There's a lot. It's not a driveway. It's more like a parking. It's like a duplex kind of thing, and then there's a lot of parking. I guess you can call it a driveway, but it's like a parking for the tenants, and then there's a lot of on-street parking.
Okay, no, that's good because we always have a concern if it's going to tie things up. One final question. Will you be having this every day or is it certain days of the week?
No, I would, so making sourdough bread and the cookies, they take a couple days to fully finished, the finished product. So the pickup would only be on once a week.
All right, I think I'm all set, Counselor Brooks. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions for the applicant?
No, no other questions from the committee.
All right, and then Mrs. Santana, what would be your hours of operation? Because we typically define what the hours of operation would be to be respectful of the neighborhood.
Usually baking would just be in the morning, from 5 a.m. maybe to noon, and pickup would be at 2 p.m.
Okay, thank you. So on your, if we grant this evening on the license, we'll define your hours of operation. Would you be okay with between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m.?
Yes,
Are you planning on doing it on the weekends as well, or?
it would just be once a week, preferably on a Saturday.
All right, do you want to pick an additional day? Because once you're bound by the license requirements, in case for whatever reason Saturday wasn't going to work, would you want Friday and Saturday to leave yourself some flexibility, or?
Saturday.
Okay, and I'll just take a moment to look at the committee reports. Engineering had no concerns. There was from health, said the letter of approval from the property owner is needed. And I do have a copy of that letter. I'm writing to confirm that as the landlord of the property located in 19 to 21 Emerson Street, I have granted permission to my tenant to bake and sell bread from the aforementioned property. I fully support her in her entrepreneurial endeavor to bake and sell bread from the rental property. Please feel free to contact me if you require any further information regarding this matter. And that was signed by the landlord, LSH Investment LLC. And then fire had no concerns. Applicant will need a building owner approval to operate the business. From the planning department, applicant is requesting a home occupation license for a home-based baking delivery business. Now we know it's a pickup business. Property is owned business A. Home occupation uses may be granted through a special permit by the city council under 188-22. Proposed business rather is incidental to legal dwelling units on business A parcel, and planning recommends approval. And those were the committee reports submitted to us.
And just to confirm, you did say 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Friday and Saturday, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Shane, did you want me to make a motion or did you?
Yeah, I'll take a motion to approve with restrictions as listed.
You have restrictions as listed.
Motion made and second to approve. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
And the motion passes. Mrs. Santana, this will go to our full board meeting tomorrow evening, at which time the entire board will vote on this recommendation from the license committee.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for coming out tonight.
Come and have a good night.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 2, an application for a home occupation license for the purpose of doing frozen desserts located at 34 Riverview Terrace. The applicant is Alexander Delgado, 34 Riverdale Terrace, Chicopee, Mass. 01013. Is Mr. Delgado here this evening?
Okay. Please come
Come
up,
on
sir.
up to the table.
Please state your name and address and what your proposal is for us this evening, please.
My name is Alexander Delgado. I'm located at 34 Riverview Terrace in Chicopee, and my proposal is to have the ability to sell frozen treats.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone here for public input on item number 2?
Is there anyone?
Anybody on Zoom for public input for item number 2?
Come up to the podium there and speak into the microphone, please. If you have any comments you want to make on item number 2. Well, I think he said what he was gonna do. Did you hear it or? I'm sorry, can you just repeat, what you're planning to do, please?
Absolutely. So I was planning on selling frozen treats.
Okay. All right. Did you have any, okay, all right. Is there anyone on Zoom for public input as well? Anyone on Zoom? No, no one in the audience or on Zoom has any public input, Counselor Brooks.
Then I'll take a motion to close public input, please.
Close public input.
Motion made and seconded to close public input. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
And the motion passes. So are there any questions of any of the committee members? Counselor Balakir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for coming in. A couple of quick questions for you. Do you have any experience with selling or making treats? Could you shed some light on that, please?
Yes, so I used to live in Puerto Rico, and so this frozen tree is a part of a culture that we have in Puerto Rico, and so I was able to learn how to make these frozen treats with my family when I lived there.
Okay, all right, thank you. Another question, similarly to the first applicant, will you be having people come to your house to pick them up, or how would you be selling these?
So people would come to pick up their orders, yes.
Okay, follow-up question. In terms of parking, is there adequate parking that they could either come either in front of your house or on a driveway? How would that work, sir?
So there is limited parking, but there is a driveway that they will have access to. And so traffic will be controlled because there will be pre-orders. And so we will have like designated times as when people will be coming. So like that, there won't be like any traffic jams or any type of violations or anything like that.
Okay, all right, thank you. I'll say Counselor Brooks.
Thank you. Mary Beth?
Thank you, Shane. In regards to picking the items up, they would have to come into your house to do that? Is that how are you gonna go outside? How are you gonna?
So I would bring them out to their door.
Okay, all right. So you would make the item and then when they pick it up, you're gonna know that they're gonna be waiting
Yes, ma'am.
and then you're gonna bring it to the car. So they don't even have to get out of the car.
Correct.
And what are your hours of operation?
I would like this to be from 7:30 in the morning to 9:30 at night.
And that would be for how many days a week?
I would like to have it available for 7 days.
So 7 days a week, 7:30 AM to 9:30 PM.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Shane.
You're welcome. Are there any additional questions before I start to read the committee reports into the record?
No additional questions from the committee members.
All right, because this is a rental, he was required to get a letter from his landlord. To whom it may concern, this letter is to authorize my tenants at 34 Riverview Terrace, first floor, Chicopee, Mass, to apply for a City of Chicopee home occupation license to sell frozen treats, and it was signed by the landlord, David, and I'm gonna struggle with this name, Paul Lishan. The health department is requiring that he work with them and receive regulations pertaining to a home kitchen. So Mr. Delgado, you need to contact the health department to find out what those requirements would be prior to us approving the license. And then the planning department, property zone residential B, home occupation may be granted through a special permit by the city council. Planner recommends that the license be approved on the conditions that the performance standards detailed in 188-22D are adhered to. building, fire, and health department to inspect the premises and approve. So you need to do all of those things, Mr. Delgado, before we can release the license if it's approved by the full board tomorrow evening. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Can I just say that I did call. I was just advised to wait, whether the license was approved or not. So I'm just not sure if that was, I guess, what I was supposed to do or how I should really go about this.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it makes sense to await the full board's approval if that occurs tomorrow, and then you'll have to work with the respective departments to meet all their requirements.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm
Any
sorry,
other comments or questions?
hours of operation again, you wanted?
They were 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m.
7:30 a.m. 9 or 9:30?
9:30,
9:30 p.m. And that was
7 days a week.
okay. And just be aware if there are concerns from the neighborhood that there's just too much going on, we do reserve the right, if it should be approved, to bring you back in before the license committee and alter your home occupation license.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm all set, Counselor Brooks.
Okay, thank you. If there's no additional comments or questions, Council Crampets, if you would, could you just put on the pending approval about the requirement to reach out to the respective departments should the license be approved tomorrow evening by the full board?
So you should contact the health department and what was it, the fire department?
Fire department.
Okay, I have that as a requirement.
Okay, great. If there are no additional comments, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the home occupation license with restrictions.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes,
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
4 in favor and the motion passes.
Okay. All right, you're all set. You're all set. Thank you. And so, as Councilor Brooks said, this will go before the full council tomorrow.
Perfect.
All right?
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good luck.
Okay, item number 3, we have an application for a class 2 license for Johori Auto Body located at 922 Front Street. The applicant is Hussein Husani, 507B Union Street, West Springfield, Mass. 01089.
well, come on up.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, please state your name and your address and what your proposal is for this evening, please.
Good evening. I'm going to be translating for my dad. My name is Kayhan Hussein. This is my dad, Hussein Husseini. Our proposal is that we're asking for a Class 2 license to buy and sell pre-owned vehicles. We already have a auto body LLC, and we've had pretty much quite experience with cars, the car industry, and I think we're ready for a level up for a Class 2 license. That'll be it.
Okay, so you already have a auto body license and you're just requesting the class 2 to sell cars.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone here for public input on item number 3? Either in the audience or on Zoom?
Anyone here for public input? Anyone on Zoom for public input? No one is here for public input, so I'll make a motion to close public input.
Motion made and seconded to close public input. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes,
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
Four in favor and the motion passes. Are there any questions from the committee? Counselor Balakir, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm not sure if there's a snafu with the lease documents. At least with the documents, Mr. Chairman, that I was provided, it appears that they're not signed and are not dated. They seem to be incomplete unless there's a complete lease, in some other file. I don't have that in front of me, sorry.
No, I'm just reviewing the lease again and I have something that's initialed on page 2 near item number 8C. And it seems like the last page was left off the copy that we received in our packet. So we can make as a requirement that we get a fully executed lease prior to releasing any license if this committee sees fit to approve the application this evening.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
But imagine we're probably gonna have to decide what parking spaces are gonna be used for the, class 2.
Yes.
The back one's right here, sir.
Okay, now are these spaces back here, do you already use these for your auto body shop or are
No.
these?
No,
These that these that are shaded are just for your,
they've been empty, yeah. We haven't used them as much. We don't really need them.
all right, let me just make a note on the print of that and then I'll have you initial it.
Let's see. All set.
And he has signed the plot plan showing the assigned parking spaces for the class 2.
And then does that meet the requirement of having at least one handicap spot for the entirety of the business?
It looks like on the plan, there are a couple of handicapped spots already there towards the left side of the property. So
Okay. I believe the ratio is by law is 1:15.
looks like there's actually 4 spaces
Right.
on the property already. So
Okay, great.
are these handicap spots? Are these
Yes, there's 2
striped?
right next to our door and then 2 more around the building.
Okay, and they're striped as handicap and have
Yeah, yeah,
the
they have
sign
the
and.
sign.
They're marked.
Alright, they're
Okay,
marked,
they have the logo.
All right,
We
Great.
just don't have like a sign. It's-
okay,
But we have a stand. as well,
Okay.
so.
I
Okay.
just
all
I
right,
just
thank
have a,
you.
I have a question, Fred.
Counselor Piniac Costello.
Thank you. How many, for the record, how many parking spaces are available? For the record,
10 parking spaces, maybe?
There are 8 spaces
Yes. 8 spaces.
shaded on this print for the auto, class 2 auto sales.
And out of those 8 spaces, does that include the handicap or is the handicap spaces in addition to? No, but I want it on the record, Fred. Okay, so we've got 8 spaces.
Two here.
So those are 4 handicap spaces, is that correct? Okay, is that in addition to, so there'll be a total of 12 parking spaces? For the record.
Yes.
Okay, so for the record, there's gonna be 8 parking spaces and an additional 4 spaces for handicapped. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, you don't, yeah, as long as it's on the record, I'm satisfied, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are there any additional questions of the committee? If not, I'll read the reports provided to us into the record.
Thank you, Shane.
All right, the fire department has no concerns. Building has no issue with the issuance of a class 2 license. Planning recommends approval. The uses are currently permitted under the zoning laws 275-58. And the health department has no concerns at this time. And the applicant did provide a copy of the insurance and surety bond that's required to obtain this type of license.
Okay.
But again, Counselor Valkir, my apologies.
Yeah, no, thank you, Counselor Brooks. No, I was just looking at something. I just had a quick question, please. This was regarding building.
Yep.
Building, it made a reference. This was dated September 24th, and it reads as follows. So the current owner must remove unregistered motor vehicle storage containers and miscellaneous items. And then they recommended the limiting of 13 vehicles as proposed on the submitted drawing dated 8/14/23. So I'm not sure if this is something that's been cleared up or this is a condition, Counselor Brooks, that we might have to have.
Yeah, we can certainly. Does the building commission or the building department rather, on the license pending its approval, only to be granted once all the conditions are satisfied, but it sounds like they're under the threshold of 13 vehicles by having 8 traditional parking spots and 4 handicapped accessible spots.
Okay, all right, just wanted to clarify that point. Yeah,
Nope.
thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, and gentlemen, the hours of operation you're proposing?
Same hours, sir, as our auto body. So it's gonna be on the weekdays of 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then on the weekend, one day it will be a short day of 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay, what day would that be? Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Okay, and just to be very clear with you, even if you're going in to do paperwork on an off day, if your hours of operation dictate that your short day is 8 to 1 on Saturdays, then that's when you need to cease all business operations up to and including doing any paperwork or being on site.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If it's possible, 8 to 6 on Saturday too.
Okay. But again, pending the license approval, you'll be bound by these hours, and that means no Sunday operations whatsoever.
That's fine, sir.
Okay, great.
Will you be storing any vehicles inside or everything for your class 2 will be outside?
No, sir. Our class 2, they won't be needing any kind of work, so they'll be stored outside.
So for total number of vehicles, 0 inside, 12 outside. And I would imagine for employee parking, you're gonna park it in your auto body business spaces, correct?
Oh, we don't have, it's just me and my dad, and we're trying to raise our business first before getting employees in.
Right, but when you come in, when you park to
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
work,
right,
you
yeah, yeah.
park probably in the area for the auto body, correct? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So will we Counselor Brooks, will we just put 0 for employee and then 12 for customer? Or wait?
Well, no, I think we list 2 for employee and 10 for customer because technically, even though there's only 2 people running the business, it's not a sole proprietorship. So I think we should designate the applicants as employees in this case.
Okay,
Okay, all right.
right.
And out of the 12 spots, how many would you have for customers?
Customers don't really, they just drop off their cars and they stay for a week, so we get about uh 2 customers in a week, so
So two customer spaces, okay.
yeah, they leave their cars and
They come back.
they come back for it. It's not like they come and go.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
All right, so I have 0 inside, 12 outside, 2 employee, 2 customer, and then the 12 outside spaces equal 8 for class 2, and then 4 handicap.
Sir.
And Counselor Brooks, what other restrictions did you want me to add there?
Just meeting all the requirements. Obtaining a signed copy of the lease so that we can ensure that there's a valid lease in place. It looks like for whatever reason, the last page of the lease that was provided, it's omitted the signature page. Which would be the last page after item number 20, improvements to the leased premises. So it just looks like we're missing a page.
Right, looks like the last page of the lease never made it to us. So
Okay.
right
I'm
there.
sorry, but we'll get that to you tomorrow, even
Okay,
as soon as
all
possible.
right,
Yes, thank you.
all right. And did you want me to add anything about, there was some cars that needed to be removed?
Just meeting all the building department requirements. So before we issue the license, I'll work with the building department to re-inspect the premises to ensure that all of their concerns were remedied.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, that's good.
It was our previous if you guys are talking about the back parking lot, that was our previous landlords, our neighbors.
Mhm.
They've moved and they cleared up those things, containers you were talking about. We haven't like new landlords.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're just gonna again have it inspected,
No,
sure, make sure everything's good. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Okay, if there's no further questions and or concerns, I would entertain a motion to approve with restrictions.
Motion to approve the class 2 license with restrictions.
Motion made and seconded to approve the class 2 license with restrictions. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes,
Valakir,
Yes,
Piniac Costello.
Yes,
4 in favor and the motion passes. And gentlemen, this will go to our full board tomorrow evening for consideration by the full complement of the council.
Thank you so much.
all right, thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you so
evening.
much.
to you.
Thank you for coming. Okay, we have item number 4, application to amend license hours to include Sunday for Monroe Muffler and Brake located at 451 Memorial Drive. Current hours are Monday through Saturday, 7:30 to 8 p.m. They're requesting they add Sunday hours from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The applicant is Christopher Rojas, 1 Belden Court, Unit R3, Agawam, Mass. 01001. Is the applicant here this evening?
Is Christopher here from Monroe Muffler? Christopher online from Monroe Muffler.
Okay, is there anyone here for public input for item number 4, Monroe Muffler, either on Zoom or in person this evening?
No one is here in person for public input on this item or on Zoom for public input on this item.
All right, then I would entertain a motion to close public input.
Motion to close public input?
Motion made and seconded to close public input. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
And the motion passes. To the
Wanna-
members of the committee, this is the second time we've heard item number 4. Both times the applicant has failed to appear. I really don't think we should, entertain giving the entity a third option. If they can't be respectful of our time, they can reapply at a later point down the road, but I'm inclined to entertain a motion to deny at this point.
Through the chair to our administrative assistant, have we received any notification from the applicant that they weren't gonna show up?
No,
We have not. Okay, thank you. I guess could file a motion in the affirmative, and then if people want to vote it down, or to our attorney, would we be better off filing in the affirmative and saying motion to approve, and then if we wanted to reject it, sign in the negative, or should we say motion to deny and sign in the positive?
Doesn't matter, council, whatever one you want.
I'll make a motion to deny.
Okay,
Motion made and seconded to deny. Any comments or questions?
no,
Seeing none, please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
yes,
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
4 yes, and the motion passes. Okay, now we have item number 5. Application for a junk dealer's license located at 1600 Memorial Drive inside the Price Right. The applicant is Eco ATM LLC, 10121 Barnes Canyon Road, San Diego, California, 92121. Is there anyone here representing Eco ATM LLC?
Is anyone here for, I'm sorry, what was it again, Shane?
Eco ATM LLC out of San Diego, California.
Is anyone here from Eco LLC from San Diego, California? Or on Zoom? Anyone on Zoom for this?
No, doesn't look like it.
One, here, Counselor Brooks.
Okay, is there anyone here for public input on item number 5? Either on Zoom or in person?
Anyone here for public input on this item? Or on Zoom for this item? No one is here for public input on this item, Counselor Brooks.
All right, then I would entertain a motion to close public input, please.
Motion to close public input.
Motion made and seconded to close public input. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes,
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
And the motion passes. I would now entertain a motion to postpone this item to the call of the chair.
Motion to postpone this item to the call of the chair.
Motion made and seconded to postpone this item to the call of the chair. Any comments? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
yes.
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
And the motion passes.
Shane, can we pause for a moment? We're still finishing up the previous application and then.
No, no problem, no worries.
This is item number 5.
Okay,
Right.
we just,
This is the motion to postpone to the call of the chair. And that's that. ECO ATM. Let's see.
Okay, thank you. We are back on track.
Okay, great. Thank you. Item number 6, an application for a junk dealer's license located at 40B Center Street. The applicant is Chicory Bullion and Coins, represented by David Roman, 60 West Glen Street, Hoyoke, Mass. 01040. Is Mr. Roman present this evening?
Come on up.
All right, please state your name, your address, and what your proposal is for this evening, please. Go ahead.
My name is David Roman, 60 West Glen Street, Holyoke. The proposal is to buy, sell, and trade gold coins.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anyone here for public input on item number 6? Anyone in the audience or anyone on Zoom for public input?
I don't see anyone here for public input, so I will make a motion to close public input.
Motion made and seconded to close public input. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
4 in favor and the motion carries. All right. Are there any questions for the applicants? Counselor Balakir, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for coming in. This is, seems to be an interesting proposal that you have for this evening. Can you tell us if you had any experience in this line of work?
Yeah, I got like 10, 11 years selling coins in the flea market. around.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you're pretty familiar with this line of business. Okay, all right. And where did you sell, have this business? Was this local or was this some out of state or?
Oh, no, selling around the flea market around here.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, I'll set, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you.
Question.
Counselor Piniac Costello, please.
The address indicates 40B Center Street. Is that on the first floor, the second floor? Where
First
exactly?
floor,
I'm sorry?
first floor.
It's on the third floor?
First floor,
The first floor?
first floor, correct?
Yeah.
First floor,
Okay,
yes.
so it'd be on the first floor, be 40B Center Street.
Yeah.
Because there's another application at 40 Center Street.
Yeah, we rent the whole place and I'm gonna stay in the back,
Okay.
the space, and the other guy gonna rent the front.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Right, thanks.
Thank you. Is there any other question before I read the committee reports? And then I do have a question. Counselor Balakir, go ahead, please.
I'm sorry, did you say that you're renting or you're leasing?
Yeah, we rent it.
Okay, so you're renting, okay. And follow-up question, is this like a month-to-month rental or you have a contract,
Yeah, month to month.
month-to-month? Okay, all right, thank you. All set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Any other questions before we ask for the hours of operation, and I read into the restrictions that were provided by the various departments?
Nope, no questions.
All right, gentlemen, what would your proposed hours of operation be?
Gonna be 7 day, from 9 in the morning to 8 in the night.
Okay,
9 to 8 PM, you said?
Yes, sir.
7 days a week?
7 days, yeah.
all right, I'll read some of the committee reports in, and then I have one additional question for our attorney. The building department wants clarification on the address. They indicate the address seems wrong, being 40B. So you might need to work with the various city departments to verify that that's an actual address at that location.
The address is 40. That's the building name and number.
Okay.
Right.
Just,
Or if you're using part of the building and there's another business at the same address,
Yeah.
then the engineering department would need to give you a different address for that,
Okay.
to differentiate between the two businesses and the two locations, even though they're in the same building.
So you'll need to do that prior to us issuing any license to operate.
So speak with the engineering department.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, are there any additional follow-up questions before I read the planning department's report into the record? Okay, seeing none. The applicant is requesting a junk dealer's license. Property is zoned Business B, and consignment shops are permitted in the zone under 275-59B-20 for retail trade with or without outdoor storage. The proposal indicates reactivating a vacant storefront in existing mixed-use building. Building was constructed in 1930 prior to the city adopting parking regulations, and therefore the property is legally non-conforming, and the planning department recommends approval. And then to our Attorney Riley, if it looks like back on the 7th of November, Counselor Costello abstained. Does that affect either way if she's able to vote on this evening?
To Attorney Riley, I couldn't vote on November 7th because I abstained because I had a medical procedure that day and so I was advised by the medical team that I could not make any legal decisions, but today I'm okay. I didn't have a medical procedure today, so I'm good to go.
Okay. I don't have an issue either way. I just wanted to make sure we were going to be meeting all the requirements.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I don't think there's an issue.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. All right. If there are no additional questions outside of the requirements that we've outlined this evening with respect to working with engineering to establish a standalone address and any other departmental requirements, I would entertain a motion to approve with existing restrictions or
Motion to approve with existing conditions.
okay, motion made and second to approve with existing conditions pending meeting all the requirements. On the motion, please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
4 yes, and the motion passes. It goes to the full committee tomorrow evening for our consideration.
Okay, gentlemen, you're all set. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, let you play catch up a little bit before we head to item number 7. Okay, thank you. Item number 7 is an application for a junk dealer and dealer of secondhand articles located at 40 Center Street to buy and sell used games and accessories. The applicant is Video Games Giants, represented by Luis Lopez, 17 Sumner Ave, Springfield, Mass. 01108. Is Mr. Lopez here this evening?
Come on down.
All right. Please give us your name and address and what your proposal is this evening, sir.
Hi, my name is Luis Lopez, 17 Summer Ave, Springfield, Mass. And my proposal is I'm trying to open a business, video games, new, use, buy, sell, and trade.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone here for public input on item number 7? Anyone in the audience? Anyone on Zoom? Seeing none, I'll move for a motion to close public input.
Motion to close public input.
Motion made and seconded, close public input. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
4 yes, and the motion passes. Are there any questions from committee members? Councilor Balakir, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, sir, for coming in. Do you have any experience with this line of work, with this type of business?
Yes, my first time I opened a business was in 2013,
Okay,
and I was open until 2019. Then we closed down and went online only.
okay,
And we've been open since 2019 till now, online.
okay, all right. Will you be leasing or renting?
Yes, rent.
Renting, okay. And again, is your rental, is it a month-to-month rental?
Month, yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. All set, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Balakir. Are there any additional questions before we establish hours of operation and any other restrictions from various departments?
No, no questions.
Okay, so I will read into the record the reports provided to committee from fire. They had no concerns at this time. Again, there'll need to be some clarification on the address, so they'll have to work also with the engineering department as recommended by the building department. Planning, applicant is requesting a junk dealer's license. Property is Zone B. Consignment shops are permitted under the zone. 275-59B, 20 for retail, trade without outdoor storage. This property also includes reactivating a vacant storefront in an existing mixed-use building. Building was constructed in 1930 prior to the city adopting parking regulations, and therefore the property is legally non-conforming, and the planning department recommends approval. So we'll just need to establish the hours of operation, put a restriction on there that they work with the engineering department to clearly define what their business address will be, clearing up any discrepancy between the previous applicant listing 40B and the current applicant listing 40 Center Street. So, Mr. Lopez, what will your hours of operation be?
So 9 a.m. 8 p.m. 7 days a week.
Okay. And you understand you'll need to work closely with the engineering department to establish a proper mailing address and clear up any discrepancies that currently exist in the building you're renting.
Yes, I do understand.
Okay, great.
I will make a motion to approve with restrictions.
Motion made and seconded to approve with existing restrictions. On the motion, please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
4 in favor, and the motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Lopez. So I think I would reach out to engineering as quickly as possible to resolve this. So when the license, if it is approved by the full board tomorrow evening, we'll be able to release it once the issue of the mailing address is resolved with engineering.
Thank you. Good evening. All right, you two guys.
Good luck.
All right.
All right, we're at the home stretch. Item number 8, minutes from August 5th, 2024 and August 29th, 2024.
Motion to approve the minutes of August 5th and August 29th.
Motion made, seconded to approve minutes from August 5th and August 29th, both in 2024. Any comments on the motion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
And the motion passes. Item number 9, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Brooks,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Valakir,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
4 yes, and the motion passes. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Okay, good night. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Representatives for the Riverview Terrace area? That would be, okay. So if I may make a comment, we've never been to one of these before. Sure. So we've never been to one of these before and didn't realize that when they said, open it up to the public, that it would be closed right after. To me, that doesn't really make sense, and I hope that you guys can review your process to allow people to speak after they hear the proposals.
Or
that
just
people are,
inform people ahead
or,
of time
or
if we
inform
didn't.
people ahead of time that it's gonna be closed so nobody can speak about it. Again, that's just a
Okay.
recommendation from someone like who's never been here before.
All right. Well, it's always good to get that kind of input
Absolutely.
because,
I
we
hope
go
so.
through it all the time. So,
I know.
but,
exactly.
because if you don't know and you think there's going to be another time to
I
speak.
think we said, we're like,
We're,
oh,
we're like, oh, we'll
listen,
do
and
it,
then
we'll do it
talk after.
afterwards, and then it got closed, and we're like, okay, well then, that was that.
Okay. Well, you'll
Um,
still have a chance at tomorrow night's meeting when this goes before the full council. If there's some additional comments that you wanted to make, like if you objected to something, then it could possibly be sent back to
We're-
committee, but.
We're not objecting to the business. We are concerned with the parking because
Okay.
our driveway is always blocked. They did present though that they have their own driveway and that, that they would be respective of that. And I hope that that is something that they will adhere to. But you had also mentioned that if neighbors have concerns, whom do they go to? If, I mean, 7:30 to 9:30, 7 days a week, that seems quite excessive. Not everybody is,
Yeah,
Is
you would probably go
considerate
to your,
with
your,
radios
you
and
start
stuff,
with
you know?
your ward counselor. And,
that's what we would come
and
to you.
say,